I'm Pat Laurie, and this is The Roving Storyteller, a space for curious people to learn storytelling by paying closer attention to the world around them. Before we begin, I want you to think about the last time something caught your attention for no clear reason. Not something important and not something urgent. Just a moment that made you pause. That pause is where the storytelling begins. Now, most people think storytelling is something you learn, a structure, a formula, a beginning, a middle, and an end that behaves itself. But you don't fall in love with storytelling by studying it. You fall in love with storytelling the same way you fall in love with a person, by noticing. It starts small, almost invisible. You're standing somewhere ordinary when your attention catches on a fragment of conversation, a gesture, or maybe even a look that lingers too long. Something in you leans forward, not to explain it, but to stay with it. That leaning in is where storytelling begins. Now, this morning I walked out of my house in a bathrobe and winter boots. My dog was barking like the world was ending. I was clutching my phone, muted with a client waiting on the other end, and I looked up to see two vultures perched on my chimney. Well, my first thought arrived fully formed. This is a bad omen, which was interesting because it assumed that something beyond me had already decided how the story would end. So I interrupted myself and texted a friend. "What do you think it means when a vulture sits on your chimney?" He wrote back, "Maybe you just have a good perch." I ushered my dog inside and went back out. Without the story, the fear, of course, dissolved. I noticed the birds instead of the meaning I had assigned them. They nudged each other, hopped, became surprisingly playful. Eventually, one flew off, and then the other. Nothing terrible happened, and nothing symbolic needed to. And that's when I remembered why I fell in love with storytelling in the first place. Not because I'm good at interpretation, but because I'm willing to wait. Storytelling doesn't live in the rush to explain. It lives in the pause between what we see and what we decide it means. Most of the time, we lose the story by naming it too quickly. Before plot, there is presence. And before meaning, there is attention. If you want to fall in love with storytelling, stop trying to tell better stories. Try staying with moments a little longer than is comfortable. Try loosening your grip on the first explanation that shows up. Ask quieter questions. I have a small rule when I return to when I'm unsure what's worth paying attention to. If something makes me slow down, it's probably a story. The world is full of them, hovering, waiting, perched just overhead. You don't need to capture them. You just need to notice. This has been The Roving Storyteller, a small practice in learning storytelling by paying closer attention. If something today made you slow down, take it with you and stay with it a little longer. And if you'd like to keep practicing together, you can follow or subscribe wherever you're listening. No rush. I'll be here when you come back.